Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. This might be the last time that you will see my Lego world in the configuration that it is right now, because I have been doing some thinking and I think I want to change things around here a little bit. And there are a couple of reasons why I want to change my layout here. And it really has to do with the tables that I have. I'm not going to change so much over here since I just hung the backdrop here at Christmas time. But I'm mainly going to change this part here. And the reasons why are, number one is I just have this walkway here. And then I have an access hole here, and then there's an access hole over there. So when I have visitors here, all they can really do is walk here, and it's hard to see what's in the background. For example, I can start the Ferris wheel from here, but I cannot start any of the other rides because it's too far in, unless I crawl up through the access hole, but it's not every time I want to do that. And then also the large, the police academy and police station and all that, which looks really nice, and which I'm planning to add the new police train to, is also hard to see back there. So I'd like to have a little bit more access to the back than I have now. And also, I have some things stored here, some Lego here, stored here. This is Lego to be sorted here. And then I have some things that I cannot fit underneath, because I'm basically just using the front part underneath the table here to put things, because I don't want to have to pull things out to reach things that are further in. So I think another thing that'll help is if I cut a walkway through here instead. Cut a walkway through here and then connect to that. Is that then I can have storage on both sides of the walkway. Because now I only utilize this part of the floor, and this space underneath the tables is empty. So I think floor space wise, I'll be able to put more things underneath. So that'll be nice. And then also a good reason, and which is probably my main reason, is I find it hard to connect the different areas that I have in my Lego world here. And what I mean by that is, for example, I have the harbor, and then it makes sense when they unload the freight on the freight train to have that go quite far to the industrial area to unload the goods. And it's the same with the Hogwarts castle and the grounds. It makes sense that it's far away from the King's Cross station, or the platform 9 3/4, where the Hogwarts train is, where it picks up the students. It makes sense that it goes through like the countryside and it moves around a little bit before it reaches Hogwarts. And also, for example, here where I have my amusement park, I kind of have to have a road in between before I transition into downtown. And then it's downtown, and then there's a road before I come into my residential area. And then again, it's like a road. Then that's where I was planning to have the skate park and the industrial area. And then it's also hard to then quickly transition to like a countryside setting. So I think if I, instead of having the walkways around, have the tables along the outside, I can divide it into sections, and then the train can go in the back, and I can have like a small stops along the way. I think that makes more sense, especially here because I have my central station here for the downtown. But of course, then I have a bus here, But where are they really going to go? Well, they can go to the farm, and they can go a little bit over here to the campground, but I think being able to have a longer train track, one continuous long train track, and then run one train on the track at a time, I think that's going to be much better. I think so. In theory, it'll be easier to have a more, I think it's going to be a better flow, and I think it's going to be easier to see the different sections of the Lego world. I hope so, at least. So I'm going to give it a try. Worst case, I can just put everything back. That's the good thing about Lego and having the tables that you can move, is if you're not happy with it, you can just put it back the way it was and think of a better plan. So yeah, this is probably the last time, hopefully, that you'll see this one, this layout right here. I'm going to start moving some tables now, and I'll check back with you in just a sec. Well, what was like 1 or 2 seconds for you guys took me a whole lot longer, but I'm very happy with the results I have here. So I thought I'd show you around the new areas of the Lego world. So I did do the walkway in the middle this time instead, and that gives me a whole lot of more reach into some of the more difficult areas, so I can work better there. So I'm happy with that. But first off, we can take a look at this little section here. So I was able to move all the farming stuff onto this side here, and then do the harbor here on this, and then I put the beach over here, and I'm gonna have like a little marina here, and then I have the ferry here, and then I just put the train station there for now, just to symbolize that I might have a stop here in the future where you can get off both to the residential area here, but also to have access to the beach. So I think that works. And then yeah, over here is the residential area. I have to be a little bit more careful now when filming, because I have so much stuff underneath the table here that doesn't look good. So I think I might have to put up some sort of curtains or something to hang in front just to cover that, but that'll be a later issue. Here is a little bit of a break where the road is, and then it transitions into the Hogwarts theme here. So I thought I'd have the Quidditch field here for now, at least. I think that's it's not the best transition here from the gas station, and then across the road is the Quidditch field, but for now it is what it is. And then I thought I'd have a Hogwarts here now instead, the castle, and then the lake in front here, and the lake also serves as the lake for the campground. And then as we come to the outskirts of the Hogwarts ground, we have Hagrid's hut, and then I was thinking of doing the Forbidden Forest here, and then have a little bit of a stream. This frozen lake here is going to come down, and it's going to be, I just put some plates here to symbolize where the water's going to go, but it's going to be a much more narrower little stream feeding into the lake. So I think I'm going to do a forest from here until about here, and then I do like a more open area here where the campground will be. And then I have much more space now for my amusement park. So from here I have my go-karts, and then all of this is the amusement park, which I think works much better. I've just kind of placed everything here now. I'm going to do some paths, and I'm going to do maybe a little fountain or something in the middle, and trees, but just for now this will be my amusement park area. And then this is the more compact downtown area, which I think works much better. And then here is the big train station with also the platform 9 3/4 for the Hogwarts Express. And then here's where I'm going to have the botanical garden right here. The big police compound ended up over here. So that looks good. And then I put the skate park here for now. And then I think maybe I'll have like a little cargo terminal or some industrial buildings over here. And I'm not sure about those two yet. I kind of just put them there for now. So not totally sure where they're going to go yet. The two Vestas wind turbines aren't going to be placed in the corner there. They're actually going to go on top of my mine here. I'm going to have a gold mine. So what I think I'll do is I'll do a mountain facade here with the two Vestas wind turbines on top, and then I'll do a cutout here. Like this will be open, so you can also view inside the mountains. Because then I can have some small tunnels here going in. And then I could have some dirt roads out here. So I think that's going to work nice as well, because before the mine was very, very hidden for guests coming down here to look at my Lego world down here. So we can also just take a quick look at the train tracks, because I think the train track layout is a little bit different, but I think it works much better. So I just kind of laid out where I want the track. So here is not going to be a double track. I'm going to remove this. But the plan is to have a little side track here where I could park one train that I'm not using at the moment. And then it's basically one track going around. So this one, there's a switch track here. This goes around this way, loops around. So for example, I'll either run the passenger train or the Hogwarts Express, but then I just flick the switches here and one can go on the loop. I could also put in a switch track here and have the new police train parked in the back there. That kind of makes sense because it has like a little special transportation unit for prisoners, and since I have a little prison there, or like a precinct there, or like a jail, maybe is the word. I think that could work to have that police train back there parked behind the police complex there. So that's something I could do in the future if I want to. And then the plan is the track goes here and then it turns and goes in the back of the amusement park, and then it goes around back here, and then it goes around the campground all the way behind the forest, and then it comes out here, and then it goes this way. And depending then on what you run, you can run the passenger train, and then you can stop it here by the station, and then it goes around the harbor and back. Or I can also park one of the passenger trains on the side track here, and I can run the cargo train around the entire loop here. So that also works. So I'm happy with this layout. I think this is going to work much better. I'm happy that you can get in and see everything, because before, when the amusement park was in the corner, I was able to come up via the access holes, but if I had visitors down here, it was hard for them to see. I also, since I removed the access holes, or the two access holes here, I actually gained some extra table space, so that's nice, because I always lack table space. I haven't touched the Winter Village up here. I haven't done any changes to that, so that is as it is. Otherwise, I think this looks good. I think it's going to be nice working with this. I'm going to go over all the train tracks, the downtown areas, the amusement park, and do some work in that, but that'll be in separate videos. But otherwise, this was pretty much what I wanted to cover in this video, was the big changes to my whole Lego room here. So I hope Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment what you think. Was it a smart move to start changing things around, or did you like the old layout? And are you finding any pros or cons with this layout compared to the old one? And also, if you have any advice where I could put those two, for example, I'm always happy to hear from people in the comments. Sometimes I stare at a problem and I can't solve it, and then someone just says, why don't you put it there, or you should switch places on those two or something. And then it's usually just great ideas, but I can't see it, so always happy to read the comments and see what people say. So I think that's it for this video, guys. See you in the next one. Bye for now.